Charles. Charles! Charles! We have a new game. It's called Dragonball. Okay, I'm gonna stop this because I can't do the voice. Hello, everyone. This is a review for Dragonball Xenoverse, and that was a horrible attempt at the Guru character in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. So, if any of you get that, then good for you. But with me today is Fernando Rodriguez, who's gonna review the game with me, and Charles Rocky is gonna pretty much be here for, I guess the correct term would be emotional support.
Rocky is the wind beneath my wings.
Yes. Yes.
But on to Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse!
Yes.
I believe Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse is the first Dragon Ball game we have seen in next-gen consoles or current-gen. And it is available on Xbox One, PS4, 360, and PC and PS3.
Yeah, and I think the last Dragon Ball game that came out, well, there were two. I believe in 2014, it was a remake of Budokai 3 and I believe Budokai Tenkaichi.
No, it was an HD collection of the first three Budokai games.
Right, yeah. See, this is why I bring shit up before I do the fucking podcast to make sure everything's rolling.
If not, we have unnecessary stops like this. But anyway, the game.
Yeah. The original was Budokai 1 and 3. I don't know what the fuck happened with the others. And then there was Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Z, which I think was like, I didn't play that, but I think it was another adaptation where it was like, okay, we're doing everything up to the movie that came out last year. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really play that one. It's been kind of hard, too, because like after Ultimate Tenkaichi came out, I kind of lost track of what was going on. But this new one came out, and it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it is surprising how much fun I've had this game. I haven't really enjoyed a Dragon Ball Z game since Tenkaichi 3 back in the Wii.
If you're bored by the Order 1886, you might want to pick up this game.
It's a game that starts and really never lets up, and I promise you, there's a lot less dong in this game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much, yeah. This is actually really, really fun, because you have around. I will say one of the problems I have with this is that the character list is decreased significantly from what I remember. Because I remember back in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, you would have like this long list. Every single character that ever showed up was just freaking there, just everything there. And now it's not as bad.
It's not. You're making it seem more drastic.
No. It's just compared to that where you had like God knows how many. Like I think it was like 64 different fucking characters. It's still good. It's just it's a little bit more downgraded. Not that much though. And you probably won't miss a lot. Like you still have all the main big characters, and from the Saiyan Saga all the way to I believe to GT.
Yes, there is a few GT characters. Yeah. I'm not entirely, I know for sure they have the Super Saiyan 4 characters.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have the GT villains,
no, they do. They have a couple of them. Like, they have the main Shenron guys. They have Super 17. I think the only one they don't have is Baby. Which is like one of the first big ones of GT. That was the first villain.
Yeah. But regardless, this game does have a big roster, more than you find in your average fighting game, and it's mostly they trim the fat of like a lot of the superfluous characters and a lot of the movie characters that you won't see in there. But yet you see from the latest characters, you see Weiss and Beerus, and what this game is, to essentially break it down, it is a 3D, three-dimensional arena style battle between two characters or more, depending on the mission you're playing. And it's very fun. The combos themselves are very basic, but yet they have their own rhythm to them.
Like, the one thing I'll say about Dragon Ball, these games have been, their combo system and their attack system have been they're very simple. And not, like, too simple, but they're very, like, it's very easy to get, and it's very easy to understand. And you're going to get it right away, really. I mean, it'll probably, like, at most, it's just going to take you, like, 20, 30 minutes of gameplay for you to get everything straight down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this game, it does like a neat twist on the Dragon Ball Z standard story, as we play a time controller, basically somebody that's monitoring time, and you have to intersect the DBC main story at several points because somebody is altering the course of DBC history, and you have to come in and correct it. So it's a fun little, like, side story playing on a lot of familiar aspects we've seen before, because most Dragon Ball games are just a retelling of the DBZ story. You just interact with it. Here, they're changing it up enough, adding new villains, and...
Yeah. Well, the thing is the story that they do is the same from Dragon Ball Online, which came out, like 2010, which came out in 2010. And the story from Dragon Ball Online is the exact same as this one. So, I mean, they didn't really have to work all that hard. I mean, hell, even the two main villain characters that get introduced early on are directly from Dragon Ball Online. But that's not to say it's bad. It's just they didn't really have to work very hard for them to make up a decent plot. But the cool thing about this character thing is that they did something like this before with the last big Dragon Ball game. And I forget at the moment what it was called. But it did something different. It did two things. It had the normal thing with Dragon Ball where it was like, oh yeah, go through each saga as playing different, the characters that you love so much. And then they had another story which was, oh yeah, you create your own character and it's this alternate timeline thing. It was Ultimate Tenkaichi. Yeah, that's the one. And that one was very good. This one, it just seems to be focused on the custom characters. And you have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 different custom characters. You have a normal human, Earthling. You have the Saiyans, which they can go Super Saiyan and everything. You have the Namekians, which their attack style is very like, they stretch their arms everywhere. They're very fast moving and flying everywhere. You have the Frieza's race, and you have the Majins, the Majin Buu race. Mm-hmm. And each one, it's kind of cool. Each one has their own style of how they attack, but the combos are all the same. So, like, every single combo is the exact same. So, you're going to be doing X, 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 and then Y, Y, Y for every single one, but the animation is going to be different for each and every one.
And also, another big difference is that some of those characters have also different stats, bonuses, and different, some have higher health, some have higher attack power, some have higher stamina, and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And for the characters that have different genders, like the Majins, the humans, and the Saiyans, each of their genders also have slightly variations to the other one. So, you're well within your rights to just try out different characters and different genders of those characters. Because
I will say this, though, is that the problem, I think the one problem I have with this game is that if you don't beat the story, you only have one restrictive character slot until you beat the story, and then all of the other character slots are unlocked. And if you have a character that you're getting bored with or annoyed with, and you want to change a different character, you're going to have to delete that character and start a new one. Kind of a problem, kind of not, because the only thing that will be hugely different will be that your character is level 1. You'll be able to keep all of your attributes, all of your skills, clothes, and even the story will still be where you left off. You'll just be level 1.
But to be fair, there is a lot of side quests out there, and to do those side quests, you do not have to be your custom character. You can choose to be one of the main story characters from villains to heroes.
Yeah. And what Fernando was talking about are the parallel quests, and basically what they are is like, oh, you need to find the Dragon Balls, you need to defeat Frieza at this set amount of time, you need to defeat Krillin at this set amount of time, and then defeat Super Saiyan Goku. Or it's you basically filling in these certain conditions to get certain skills, clothes, or Z souls, or whatever you need, so then you can build your character. And there's even an upgrade system where you focus on your health, your stamina, your mana, or ki, whatever you want to call it, your basic attack power, your martial arts super attacks, and your ki super attacks, like the Kamehameha, Special Beam Cannon, Final Flash, Big Bang Attack, so on and so forth. And it gets to a point where you get so many attribute points, because you get 3 per level. And that you no longer that you have clothes that are like, oh, you get 3 plus to Ki Blast, or -3 to health. At some point, you are so high that those statistics don't fucking matter anymore.
And it's also one of those games where everything, at least with the clothing, is a very, like, you get these 3 stats really high leveled up, but this one stat down here also decreases. So it's always a tough analysis game.
Yeah, and it doesn't, and those decrease in stats don't really become a problem ever, because, like I said, you get so many attribute points that you can put them in so wherever that it does not become a problem.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's a neat idea that they introduce so many RPG mechanics to your custom character that you can basically design them, change up their special moves, their special abilities. You can, like, put it to, like, oh, my character can turn Super Saiyan 2, or it can turn Super Saiyan 2 like Vegeta does turn Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah. Funny thing, the engine that runs this game is actually a modified Street Fighter 4 engine. It is.
That explains a lot, actually.
Yeah. Just dropping the knowledge. This game is actually pretty long. Like, I played a Namekian, and then I deleted that to try the Saiyans, and I preferred the Saiyans more because, hey, you get Super Saiyan, so you get the automatic win card, more or less, because when you become a Super Saiyan, you can use as much of your powers as you want, and it won't take down the bar of mana. And it's pretty much an easy cheat, and you just start spamming shit really easy.
Well, and with regular characters, you can use the Kaioken move, which is a very popular move from the show, and you can use various upgrades to it to the point that it can be very powerful, and there are also moves that can rejuvenate stamina as well.
Yeah. It's kind of cool, because most of the story it's pretty straightforward, and I mean, you get what you want and everything. Pretty much, I mean, look, if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you're gonna buy this game probably, and I think for someone who was a Dragon Ball Z fan and probably played Budokai and Budokai Tenkaichi, but wants to try and go back, this is a good starting point to try and get back into those games. Cool thing is that half of the voice cast from the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball GT come back. I think it's like the only ones that didn't come back were the guys who voiced Frieza and Cell, and that's really it.
And also, a quick little aside, they actually have some of the abridged voice actors.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah, there's Nappa. They have the voice actor who does Nappa in Dragon Ball Z Abridged playing Nappa.
So there's a lot of, this is definitely a game for Dragon Ball Z fans. Like, if you are a Dragon Ball Z fan, you've been, like you said, you've been jonesing for Dragon Ball, you haven't played a Dragon Ball game in a while, pick this up. Maybe not $60, depending on how you are with games, but
I would think if it went down to 50 or 40, especially if you have other friends who are playing this, I think that'd be good, because there is an online mode where you can play. It's not cross-platform though, so you can't play a person who is playing this with a PS4 if you have like a Steam version.
Local 1v1, but the only downside to having local 1v1 is because essentially when you play this game, it is a very sprawling map, so you can't really do it on one screen. So what they do is have you play it only on one map that's very small, which is basically the World Tournament map, and that's the only place you can do 1v1.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
For at least local.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, damn. I was just about to say something. I totally forgot, but, yeah, honestly, I've always said, like, Dragon Ball Z, of those action animes, is probably one of the better ones, because...
Is the granddaddy. It's so
well, not only that, but it's one of the better ones compared to Bleach, One Piece, Sword Art Online, so on and so forth. And I think that's true with their games, because, like I said, Budokai Tenkaichi, are much better than you, and I think a little bit more fondly remembered compared to Bleach, One Piece, or even I think the Naruto video game series is the only one that can actually.
I mean, I played.
Can actually be on that level.
The Naruto games can be fun, but they still have their problems. Like the best parts of the Naruto games are the story missions where you do the epic boss battles. That's the the point. But as a fighter, they're practically neck and neck in terms of just quality of being a fighter. But Dragon Ball Z just has like that unique fan service and unique this is the game meant for Dragon Ball Z fans, like we constantly keep referring to. But I mean, I've had some personal problems with this game. Like I feel like if you're trying to do the parallel quests, especially when you're doing the random ones that you pick up from like just meeting Gohan or Street in the hub area, I feel those are unnecessarily difficult at certain points because you're only one person, and when you have it is almost impossible to do without spamming your way through it.
Oh yeah, or if you're ridiculously overpowered.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're 10, 15 levels up and it's like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep spamming Final Flash and blow up all these motherfuckers. I think another problem is like when you're trying to find the masters, the people that can teach you, because you have like 8 or 9 people that can teach you their own specialized moves. You have Piccolo, got Krillin, you have Cell, Captain Ginyu, Frieza, Goku, Vegeta.
There's 12, man.
And who else?
Gotenks.
Oh yeah, Gotenks, and then
there's a lot more.
There's like many more. And basically, you can learn their own specialized moves. Like Vegeta, you can learn the Big Bang Attack and Final Flash. With Piccolo, you learn, Evil Explosion and a Special Beam Cannon.
Hellzone Grenade.
Yeah, and Hellzone Grenade. Yeah, and Hellzone Grenade.
But regardless of that, the problem with the Master System is that you don't know when they want to do the next part. Like you could just be doing a bunch of levels and they're just like, "Hey, what's up? Like, when do I get to the next part of this challenge?"
Well, also the problem is, you can't. There does become a point where it's like, if you're focusing on just the Master, sometimes you'll find one that you want to find, and then other times you'll be searching for them repeatedly around this little town, and it does become a pain in the ass. Oh, I remember the others. It's like Hercule, Android 18, and adult Gohan and Videl and Beerus.
And Raditz.
Yeah. No, not Raditz.
No, Raditz is one of the Masters and one of the early ones you can get, I think.
I'm pretty sure no.
I don't remember. Anyway, but another complaint I really have about this game is that the hub world itself, I feel, can be smaller. Like, it's kind of annoying to have to walk through the whole thing just to get to one area.
I think the problem is the loading times.
Well, when I was playing it, because let's just specify, you played on PC, I played on PS4. When I played on PS4, there was almost no loading times with transitioning to areas.
Yeah, neither did I, but I think it does become boring for someone, or a pain in the ass for some people, where it's like, you could have easily made this just one whole big thing, instead of just having to wait a couple of seconds and over again.
And another issue I will also point out is, I don't know if you saw this on PC, but I had frequent times whenever I was playing this online, or at least my PlayStation 4 was online, it would take a moment to connect to the servers, and at a certain point the servers would be unstable, and it would kick me out back to the main menu various times while playing during the session.
No, I did not have that problem.
And also, when you do parallel quests and you have it so you can constantly have to, like, when you're trying to play with other people, because it won't tell you right when the room is filled. So if you go to a room and it's already filled, it will kick you back out to the start point of the parallel quest, and you'll have to re-find your mission again and reset it all just to search again. Not put you automatically into search. It puts you right back in the beginning.
Right, yeah.
Which was annoying.
Yeah, that is a pain in the ass. Honestly, I think that's it, though. What else? Like, what else do we have to talk about?
I mean, it's your Dragon Ball Z. I mean, the voice acting is not too great, but it's reminiscent of the show.
It's like, it's as good as Dragon Ball Z has ever been. I mean, it's no more worse than, Naruto or Bleach, again, or One Piece, or Sword Art Online. It's Dragon Ball Z. You have pretty much all the same actors from Dragon Ball Z, except for, like I said, Cell and Frieza.
But the best part of this story is that there is no filler. It is just like some dialogue fight, and then you have like the main dialogue from the anime appearing during the fight. So it's kind of, if you have very fondness, it just brings back in all that nostalgia, because you're like, I remember this when I watched the show. Like, this game, like, it's not going to be in my game of the year. It's not going to be there. But it's going to be a game.
No, not with The Witcher coming out.
Not with The Witcher and Arkham Knight. And a bunch of other shit. It's going to be right there, right above the Order.
But this is definitely... Look, I'm going to be honest. This is way better than the Order. I've played the Order, and you know what? This is the game to buy compared. Sorry, guys, but...
This game isn't great. This game isn't especially innovative, but this game is fun.
Yeah,
like,
which is more than you can say for the Order.
Yes. And for Ryan, Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah. Hey, I wasn't going to say anything, so...
I know, I just brought the joke in. But anyway, I think we should just get to our final arbitrary ratings, and I'm
gonna make a new rating system for us. Because I'm sick of using a fucking 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5.
But fuck it. We're doing it live, Ryan. But I would give it an arbitrary 7. I think a 7 is a good score for it.
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, I'd say a 7. I don't know. Like, look, if this is on Steam, and you have Steam, and this is like $30, $20, I don't know, like around that, then yeah, buy it. It's fun. It's nice to get along. If you rent it, it'd be good too.
I mean, the game is pretty long too, so...
Yeah. Like, you're gonna have your fill of shit to do.
Like, anything under $40, if you can get it for that price, I say go for it, especially if you're a big DBZ fan. If you're not a Dragon Ball fan, don't buy this game. What's wrong with you?
For future reference, if you want to do ratings, I think you should just take from the co-host school of thought, where you just think of a phrase right on the spot. So, like, in his case, it's like, what do you give this movie? Diarrhea milkshake.
Ooh,
so in this case, I guess it'd be like, what would you give this game? Cheese bread?
Cheese bread? Cheeseburger?
I give this game a cheesy biscuit from Red Lobster.
I'll give it some flan.
I give it a tres leche.
Flan?
Flan.
That does not sound appetizing at all.
You've never tried flan? It's fucking good.
No, I've had it before. It's not the best, though.
I like vanilla flan. Vanilla flan is great.
Yeah. I like, oh god, I like a coconut pie. You guys ever try that?
Yes.
It's pretty good.
Now, Ryan.
This is a coconut pie. It's creamy, delicious, bad for you. Oh my god, I just hit it right there. It's bright, flashy, tastes good, and it's probably really bad for you, but who gives a shit?
Ryan. Listen, me and Frank are just, we're making some cream pies, and we'd like you guys to try them.
Ew.
Come on, you've never tried your own cream pie before?
No.
Well, yeah. Yeah, so have I. Didn't taste good, though. Yeah. No, mine tasted okay.
Tastes a little salty.
Mine was too gooey and too watery.
Although, it was blue and black, so...
Ew.
Ew, yeah, well, yeah, what the fuck are you
something?
eating? Maybe you should go to a hospital.
Wait, we're not talking about actual pie?
Well, my cream pies aren't black and blue. That's my blueberry, son.
You really need to go to a hospital.
He eats a lot of asparagus, so that's why he's green.
What, he's blue? His blueberries or his pies?
Well, I mean, if it's green, I suppose, like, If it is green, I suppose I could get hired by Nickelodeon.
Wait.
You get the Kids' Choice Awards.
Oh, okay, yeah. It took me a minute. I was like, wait, what?
He's gonna be at every Kids' Choice Awards. Justin Timberlake. Ah.
Surprisingly sticky.
It's sticky and warm. Ew. Okay, so yeah, that's it. You know, I don't know. Go buy this if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, and thank you. Goodbye.
Enjoy your cream pies.
Chara, 何が起きて